鳄鱼大贾克斯的对线就是比较吃手法。前期的话，前几局是贾克斯优势，但是4、5局以后就到鳄鱼的强势期了。
但鳄鱼选出来这个英雄，前期一定要打野上来帮一下。就如果他对线受到针对的话，可能中期就没有大鳄鱼的说法，后面就慢慢变成超级兵。
但猴子这个英雄，他前面做事的能力相对来说比较差。
Warding the mission mishaps, so he's not going to look in too difficult. Towards that dragon, it's going to go down to the side of EDG.
Taking away the Krugs. He's actually ahead on farm as well, so now we're going to see them go for a little bit of engage. Oh, Mako, though, gets caught out and Hung gets taken out. That's going to be a trade back, though, of supports. 1 for 1. Feathers fly. JJ with the Milio, not going to be able to do much else. Plates in this bot side. Maybe not the tower, but still, look at the gold going over to Uzi.
At least Sika manages to get a bit of that wave clear in. We've got one of the best leave on their rosters. They were playing more towards their junglers, their mid-jungle combinations. They've taken a backseat in this game. As it stands, teleports coming in, and Dragon is the focus.
Here we go. Dragon gonna be the focus. Is it gonna be a quick steal? Yes, it is. JJ does get stunned up though with the charm afterwards. Tarzan very low and taken out. Now the resets can come in. It's a great fight for EDG if they can keep going forward with it. But Scout immediately going into Uzi way wide with that Moonlight Vigil. Unfortunately for him, means he's not gonna get much else. A flash forward, but Fofo may have gone too far in. Does not get himself anything else. JJ
on the spot lane outer, but able to take the tower down nonetheless. Wasn't the cleanest team fight from EDG, but they did more than enough. That much threat from EDG. It was just a counter-strike being channeled from Ala, which forces that one out. Now suddenly, LNG can
really have. It's going to be about 24, 25 minutes soul for EDG. And when you have such a beefy front line as well with the Cassante and the Jax. Oh, never mind, Uzi! He gets caught out with a Cyclone. Not even quite sure how that happened there. And despite everything that happened, find an opportunity to get them back.
So taking a hard trade versus Ala. Once again, outplayed by the counter-strike. Has to pop the dominance. Teleport's coming in.
Teleport coming in, but Mako's going to be the third man. It's going to be a 3v2. The charm is decent, but Zika is dead. Nicely done here by EDG to capitalize on what was a little bit of a false moment. JJ taken out, though, on the other side. Anything you can do, we can do as well. LNG going for tip for
carry. Maybe he can be a general and a rallying cry for the Org to find itself back towards the top of the table. They're currently sat at 2 and 3. They were both have been picking up the Cassante a lot in the mid lane. It's not really been Ala playing that champion. It's been mainly Fofo.
HP an immediate clear of the vision right now. Fofo going forward, seeing if he can catch somebody out, but these health bars are still very, very healthy. A lot of posturing for the moment, but nobody committing just yet.
Yeah, the range is not high from both teams. The AD carries are high. We're going for the smites.
They're going to go for it, but it's EDG's Uzi who confirms it now. Did he want to go for the fight afterwards? Oh, my lord, that could have been huge if it wasn't for the Milios. And now the fight can turn back in favor of LNG. They've got the Croc in the backside, and Uzi is dead. Massive ultimate from Milio, the secret MVP of that entire fight, because that counter-strike from Ala looked beautiful.
It did, but then the Renekton, we thought had timed out his usefulness in this game, ends it up with a kill like this. Started off with another couple as well. And LNG, they lose the soul, but you'd imagine JJ picks up a kill onto Zika on this bot side, but the Baron will go down afterwards.
So unfortunate as well. I don't know exactly where the Moonlight Vigil went. JJ in a bit of a 1v1. Will win it, but while that's happening, the big purple worm's been taken down. EDG get themselves a soul, but it is LNG with the priority in this game, so we'll see what ends up being bigger, a temporary or a permanent buff.
He make his mark. Going to be the case coming into this late game. Still, EDG being pushed in across the board. This is what you need to see from LNG. Get value out of the temporary buff before the permanent one they gave over. Didn't quite manage to get that spike teleport.
We're going to see a fight. Yeah, straight away we see Tarzan going down and can't take this team's ultimate as well. So TP going to be coming in. Do they try and fully commit to this? Whoa, Ala trying to jump in, but the Gore Drinker, the stun, the charm! And he gets baited into a false sense of security. There's even an assist for the Milio who put it on top of the Yari right before they went for that fight. And that is just a really smart play coming out from the solo laners of
LNG, despite fighting against the raw power of all those dragons in the soul like you were talking about, they can still pushing in mid lane, trying to get their mid priorities. They don't have to walk through one of the really skinny choke points. Here they are, here's the engage.
Zika getting caught out a little bit, but they're going to go straight onto Uzi, who does heal up a lot with that Severum. You can see him doing a lot of work here, but Fofo already taken so low, and Uzi dies anyway because Gala found himself on the backside untouched. Triple kill in for Gala, and the AD carry of LNG is
somehow not taking a dragon this game is favoring LNG in this very specific moment. They get themselves the Elder onto all 5 members, but because of that, Uzi basically can't fight.
Look at all the pings, look at all the pings. LNG know this is going on. They're running straight to it. Dominus has been popped here for LNG. Tarzan gets himself into the pit. 4,000 though. It's a little bit early now with the Elder Drake though in favor. They're going to see if they can burn down Uzi. Fofo is dead. Gala picking up more kills. The Baron's not even close to going down. And that's going to be the massive fight back in the favor of LNG. Scout even keeps himself alive right and cozy by the campfire. And that's going to put Mako and Uzi, the last one standing, and in absolute no man's land. The Baron confirmed here for LNG. And with those two massive buffs, maybe Uzi can do something. He's got 200 years and a dream. But I feel like it's just an inevitability at this stage. They're cutting off the minion waves. They have no protection. Uzi's going to have to pull off the play of plays to see if he can do it. He does dodge out from the charm. His Mako is down, though, as he tries to turn this one back. Flashes in, gets the Milio. But with the Elder, it's just not enough. Look, a valiant effort from Uzi as he tried to turn that one back in their favor. But LN...
Their carries. But look at how safe Scout and Gala are. They haven't died between them this game.
Just yet. They've got pushing up right well with Gala, as he's just kind of untouchable, to be perfectly honest. Still has his ultimate available and the Ghost, so he can chase people down if he really want to. Even Mako's going, you know what, dude? You can have that. You can have that inhibitor. I don't really care. I am not going to stop you from... See, LNG is kind of knocking on the door, but for EDG... We talked about this. Yes, Uzi coming in. Very exciting.
Oh.
As, yeah, that's JJ probably going down. Uzi trying to see if he can stay alive and see if he can put out DPS, but JJ just gets caught out. And that is going to be you without a jungler, without a kind of any kind of disengage here for your team. And LNG are just kind of toying with them right now. They're too far ahead.
So Leon, they're playing well as a unit. Scout, he's kind of found the next answer to, hey, we're going to pick a tank into Ari. She won't do damage. You can change your build to help with that. He's 4-0-7. Deathcap, Void Staff, all the damage under the sun. And LNG looking to finally march in towards the base.
Yeah, they're looking to finish this one off. Oh, Moonlight Vigil going wide kind of puts Uzi's game into perspective. He just hasn't really been able the same impact. Here we go, though. Uzi could maybe make this one work. They're going to jump straight on top of him, though. Get the cleanse off. But look at Gala. Those feathers coming down are massive. It was all about the AD carries. It still is about the AD carries. Zika goes forward just to go into GA. They're throwing everything at the side of Uzi. Eventually, he goes down. He tried to 1v5, but it just wasn't going to happen. Now, JJ coming back in. There's a TP onto the minion. I just don't think there's any world where JJ is able to defend this, and that's going to be LNG coming out 1-0 in this best of 3.
They held the line, managed to outfight the Ocean Soul buff. It was just too low range from the top side of EDG to get their top side into the thick.
泽立感觉泽立配合上机器人，对泽立配机器人这个下路太抽象了，还是霞吧，就继续选。那这把的问题和上把一样，就下路前期没有线。
看机器人钩子的准度吧，如果钩的准还有点机会。
对，但大树这个英雄他不同于别的像 NOC 佛耶哥这种要刷到6。
Splash for the Blitzcrank as well, very important to keep note of. This time around, EDG kind of keeping themselves in tow and having 100% Dragon's bot side. Scout could go again. He's got an acceleration gate again.
Timing the minion wave, trying to fire it after he stops this bash. Oh, that is so disgusting.
He's dead. He's dead. And as I say that, just patience and perseverance coming in here. There's even an Amalkai ultimate for Mako, who does have flash available to him, but you know who doesn't? Uzi. And he's going to try and tank this one up for his AD carry and try and turn this one back, but they can just turn straight onto him. There is a 1-for-nothing trade for the moment. The TP comes in, the Pop Blossom has to be defensive, and immediately into a grab. Fofo just thought he had himself a little bit of a jump opportunity and gets immediately taken. Continue their presence around this particular objective, but it'll be difficult to do. Hung getting jumped on now as he goes to get a little bit of a speed boost. Moonlight Vigil doesn't do a huge amount, but it does take out Hung. Now they're going to try and turn back onto Uzi, who's got the grab at him on the Infernal, so he's going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage on this AoE. Fofo goes down once more. The Ornn isn't here just yet. That's actually a stolen hook, but why would you take the Scion of all the carries to go for? He just thought it was too tantalizing. I think that, oh my god, that's feather damage coming out on top of the Mako is disgusting, but the Dragon's still up and available. It is going to be started up here by the Ornn, who will take an eternity to do it. He will do it, but it will take a while to do it. Now we're going to see the Ornn Horn coming out to try and catch out Tarzan, who does have his ultimate to try and disengage. Hook stops the Ornn from getting anything else out of this one. Zika still moving forward. Hung dies again. He's going to be taken out of his team one more time, but now look at Gala, who's just feathers flying forward. Fofo trying to jump in. It's a 3-man Pop Blossom, but they don't have the damage to follow up onto this. Uzi's got no mana. Finally, Ala takes down the Jace, trying to reset this fight, but Gala, with the feathers, stops his advance. It's a scrappy affair, but...
And even then, LNG are looking to punish that.
Yeah, look already now. Hong saying, I died 3 times. but I'll kill you, Uzi, and that's all that matters. Gala now 2-0-4 on this Xayah. Take away that dragon, you can see in the picture-in-picture, and now Fofo gets silenced, gets not knocked up, actually. Still will go down. Nice little fancy feat from Fofo, but it was all for naught. And Hong on this Blitzcrank, again, just showing the power of hard engaged supports, just showing that once you get caught up on the kind of side lanes, there's just nowhere.
Break up in some part of the map. They're very close to breaking down this mid lane out of turret. Zika takes offense to that, though. Fight starts. Tarzan going forward. They haven't locked down their target yet, and now they have Uzi once again struggling to stand and fight, struggling to DPS, and goes down for trying to overpush in that mid lane.
Flash, as he was just waiting for a couple more seconds for his ult to come back off, but while that was happening, Scout takes almost all of his health bar to the tower that he wanted to kill, but he did.
Hang on. When have you had to stop a falling fridge down a flight of stairs?
Listen, I'm a busy man, and I have a lot of things that happen in my life, all right? I can't explain.
Champion moments where the Ornn can kind of tank up at least enough of that CC to allow people to fight.
That's the big thing, the new Dustbringer, giving you that in-target ability when you go into it as,
ooh,
Scout. Yeah, that's, he thought he was in a 1v1. He thought it was an intimate 1v1 with a top laner of EDG, but JJ said, nah, that's my man, and you ain't going to be taking somebody out. But this Baron's already been taken so low. Mako's almost dead from that one accelerated shock blast. Gala and Tarzan staying on this with Scout. They will not be able to get a 50-50 because EDG did not get themselves into the fight. There's going to be a good hook there onto Ala to stop him from really...
The bluff. Blitzcrank hook under tower is very powerful. Maokai ult on cooldown, but when that comes up, it gives you almost a gap.
Much damage being thrown out here from LNG, and I mean, you can have Emilio, Felios, you can have Nico. You've just got so many, things at your disposal to be able to make work for your team.
It's great to see this from LNG as well. We had a couple of questions.
Under wraps. Now they can throw out the ultimate from the Maokai to try and see if they can burn down this tower.
Going to be able to do so. So, Uzi forces out the ultimate. Big ultimate teleport for the flank. This could be the moment. Fofo has the flash and has the damage, but he's taken away from Gala. The Xayah lives. The disengage comes through once more. LNG put the phalanx up and they walk away. Spears still pointed at...
As you mentioned, get the kill, they disengage, and they get themselves on the soul point. While it's happening, they're going to go to the Worlds. Could also miss it very easily as well.
Does feel that way, particularly in spring, playing it that way. The gold advantage certainly helps. It means that EDG can't brute force their way into as many fights as they would like. They have Ornn items, that helps.
Uzi!
With the hook Uzi!
Oh, that's all they needed! Fantastic hook there from Hong. And that means that you don't really have the damage to continue this fight. Two-man decimating smash into the knockback of Fofo. He will have nothing to do with this fight. Scout with the triple. 5-0-6 under Gala, but
they've just been blown out 2-0 by LNG. First game, they had the soul. Felt like they could team fight their way to a victory, but LNG weren't going to let them have it. They're not going to let Allah have his life as well. LNG, they're back on form, baby, and they're walking in towards the Nexus.
Massive 2-0 victory here for LNG. And Gala says, I wasn't your understudy, Uzi. I was your replacement. That is a definitive win here for the side of LNG as they look to continue themselves up to the top of the table.
It took a little while in both games. I think that's testament to the level of team fighting which EDG do display, particularly Uzi. You can't ever let him get into a pocket of space to turn around and auto-attack you.